In this video, I want to share with you something that's been kind of pressing me, and that is food addiction. And I think that's something that a lot of people can relate to, especially on this channel. If you've been watching me for, at least 6 months, I've been talking about getting lean, I've been talking about training, I've been talking about self-improvement in general. But I want to talk today about food addiction because it's something that is very close to me that I think I have accepted that I have. And that is something that takes a lot for me to say because I feel so bitch-made thinking and knowing that I have an addiction to food when, people have like serious issues or I downplay that food addiction to be something that isn't as important as like alcoholism or drug addiction, when in reality, food addiction is probably the most common out of all the things that you can, be addicted to. I'm just gonna walk around for this one just because I feel like I gotta rant and I feel like I gotta talk at the same time. And so you might see my house and it might be a little bit dirty right now, but it doesn't matter. Food addiction is something that I have been struggling with pretty much my entire life. At times at my heaviest, I've been 230 pounds. And like, I'm a big guy, like I'm 6'2", but 230 pounds fucking huge for my frame because I wasn't carrying it well. I wasn't looking super uber jacked or anything like that. I was just big. I was strong, don't get me wrong, but I was not looking like a beast, like an athlete or anything like that. And that's typically what you want. When you're going to the gym, you do it for the aesthetics, you do it to get the attention, you do it to do, and that's how it starts at first. When you're a young guy, you want attention because you're a loser, typically, when you're a young guy. And you just want attention because you think you have no friends, you have nobody, or you have no prospects of dating and things like that. The important stuff when you're an 18-year-old guy. And so we go to the gym, we get more fit, and that just generally happens. And then we start to think about diet, we start to think about food, how much protein we're eating, how much all these things that's going on. And it pretty much sets us up for disaster. I'm not saying that you just get a food addiction, body dysmorphia, all these things after you've started going to the gym, thinking about just only becoming aesthetic and, having a sick physique. But in reality, it doesn't help. And that's something that I have fallen in the trap to. I'm 30 years old and I have a food addiction to garbage ass junk food. Ask anybody, box cookies, smash that, no problem. You can do it endlessly for, it doesn't matter. You fill a room with them and I'm gonna annihilate them and I won't feel like shit 99 times out of 100. But that last time when it does is hopefully the last time that you have to continue on, the trajectory that you're on. And that's something that I think I'm hitting again because I go through phases. I'm a yo-yoer, man. I'm a cycler. And not like a cycler, like a bike cyclist, because I'm also that, but a cycler of yo-yo dieting, of like gain weight, lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, things like that. In the last year, I lost 40 fucking pounds, or 35 pounds. And that was in December. I was my lowest. I had to like 182. It was fucked. I was like the leanest I've ever been. Still hated my physique. Didn't lose that much muscle, but just still was not where I wanted to be. And that might be, body dysmorphia in itself too. I generally like my physique. I don't say I'm in love with it because I think there's parts of it that I wish were more aesthetic. I wish I was more comfortable in my own skin sometimes. I'm a confident guy, but even then, it doesn't really matter how confident you are. You look in the mirror and you're like, this could be better, and you're not doing anything. And so anyways, I dropped down to 182. Okay, amazing, great. Couldn't keep it there. Blew up back to 200 in like 2 months. All that work, all that like 6 months of work down. And I've been 203 pounds for the last like while now, and it sucks. It hurts. It feels bad, especially because my goals are so aligned with having a lean physique. Like I am training for Ironmans. I'm training for huge endurance events. And I am using that as an excuse, as a crutch for me to eat like a piece of shit, eat whatever comes my way because, I need the calories because I'm burning 3,000 calories on a 5-hour ride, or I'm doing a 2.5-hour run. So that's going to be at least 2,500 calories. And then I can just eat that extra. And that's how your mind just keeps fucking with you. You just keep saying oh yeah, I'm just going to, you deserve this, man. You deserve to eat a box of cookies. A box of cookies I can annihilate in like 0.2 seconds. And in 0.2 seconds, I have just crushed 2,000 calories, None of them were good. None of them were like, carbs or like good ass carbs that like will get sucked in for glycogen and shit like that. No, and no protein, probably like 10 grams of protein in the 250 cookies that I just ate. And then the rest is just fat and garbage and preservatives and all this extra bullshit. And I am at a point right now where I have to make a decision that I cannot do this anymore. That I cannot play the moderation game when it comes to junk food. I'm just like, I've done this for 30 years, man. I've done this. You grow up in whatever kind of household you are. I've been fat before. I've been chunky. I've been chubby. I've been all the things, man. And I've liked my physique. Well, I've gotten better over the last like 10 years is when it's kind of started happening better. I don't even think I'm at my best physique right now. Maybe ask me like 3 months ago and I would have said, yeah, maybe. But even then, it's not where I want it to be. I want it to be somewhere even better, somewhere that was going to help me perform better, somewhere that was going to make me feel better in my own skin. And that might just be psychological of just me having to, be happy with who I am. And I am. I'm super confident. I'm super grateful. I'm super lucky for everything I have. Like, I'm a tall, decently physiqued, handsome person. And I'm charismatic and I'm fun. And I'm going to say all these great things about myself. And it's awesome. And like, not to brag or anything. It's just like, I've been dealt a good hand. And like, I'm not going to lie. But still, there's always that dissatisfaction, that like ambitiousness, that like, that's like, there's something better than this, and what am I doing here? And then I just get pissed with myself. And over the last few years, I've had some pretty bad health stuff where I've, changed my diet completely, have felt completely better. And things are going really great. And they were for like almost the last, at least 8 months. Things have been going really well with my health, with, my dieting. And then, over the last 3 months, I've kind of fucking jumped off the deep end. I yo-yoed back and I gained the weight and I'm starting to feel it again. I'm starting to feel the health issues. And it's so fucked up that like for a year, I was basically a hermit because of my health issues. And so I changed my life completely, started eating way better, started taking care of myself, my stress, my cortisol, all these things. And then as soon as I started getting better, as soon as I hit a weight that I thought was okay, I said, fuck it, I can do moderation. Like, of course I can. Why couldn't I do moderation? I'm counting calories. I'm doing all these things. Of course I can eat a line of Oreo cookies and not the rest of it. Of course I can. I've been training for this. I've lost a ton of weight. My body doesn't even want that. It craves healthy food. Lo and behold, the drug addict gets the thing that they want and they can't stop fucking doing it. They can't stop fucking eating more and more cookies. I'm a fucking pit, man. It's fucking annoying to keep convincing myself that I can do moderation. And I'm not trying to be like, obsessed, like, a freak or anything like that. No, it's just like, when do I just finally decide that I cannot be a moderation type of person when it comes to a certain thing? It's like, I'm not an alcoholic. I can not drink, and I haven't drank in probably a few months now. Cigarettes is something that I was addicted to a long time ago. And don't get me wrong, I still like having a pack when I go on vacation. That's totally something that I like to do, but I know I can't continue to do that because I smoked a pack a day for 5 years. I'm not going to go back to that kind of thing. I do not need to do that. But food is like one of those that's what's widely accepted, But even then, it still has a lot of like the addictive things that, people who are alcoholics, they like sneak shit. They sneak alcohol into their houses, into their bedrooms, so they can just like pound a couple beers. Like, ask any like super fucked up alcoholic. Read Ritual's book, and you just see the stuff that they do to avoid the guilt, the shame of their alcoholism, of their addiction. And I do the same thing. Man. Like, I'll go, like, it's like you hit a drive-through, and it's like, I'm anonymous, bro. Like, I can do whatever I want. I can get fucking 4 milkshakes if I want, and just be like, I already have an excuse planned out, and being like, well, I have friends over, and then you just go home and fucking delete 4 milkshakes. And it's like, bro, what am I doing? Why is my brain like this? I know this is not even helping me. This is making me feel like shit. And I have these huge goals of doing like, Ironman and like just crazy shit. And I'm not following through with that. Like, I'm not all about it. Like, oh yeah, I'll train, I'll do all this stuff. But now I notice myself, because I've been eating like shit for like the last couple of weeks, is like, dude, my knees fucking hurt way more than they usually do. I usually have a high training volume that I can sustain. And right now, I'm not doing that. And I'm getting lethargic. I'm getting no energy. I'm getting no, I don't know, there's no zest for it. And like, not in like the zesty way, but like in the zest of like life, you're excited and you're fired up about shit. And that's all diet, man. It's such a fucking bummer that you can't just eat a bunch of cookies and feel good all the time. But it's good. In the back of my mind, I've also prayed for that. I prayed for pain. I prayed for, not pain because I'm a fucking sadistic person. I prayed for pain because when I've seen the best things in my life, the biggest improvements in my life, it's because I had the most pain. It's the pain that stopped me from eating like shit, that, made me a hermit for a year, that took care of my health issues, that got me to the place that I am today. And so when I don't feel that pit in your, like that disgusting full feeling after I've eaten a ton of junk food, I just do it again and again because I don't feel any issue. I don't feel any issue. And you could say like, oh, well, why don't you just have one and then just like, take it and then, or just buy one of that thing. It's like, it doesn't work for me like that. I'm an addict, so I'm just going to fucking keep doing that. And because it doesn't affect me. And I'm taking a real hard look at myself right now as I'm doing this video. And it's going to be long, whatever, but it's true and it's real. And it's just like something that I need to stop doing. Like I'm pacing because I have to keep talking and think about what am I going to do about this. I want to be a fucking Ironman. I want to train hard as fuck. I want to be fit as hell. I want to be lean. But I'm not doing the most important thing with that. I'm letting my addiction take over me. And I'm using triathlon, training hard, as a cope for me to eat more, eat shit. And so what's the solution to all this thing? It's like, well, I know what to eat. I got 2 degrees. I got a biology degree and I got a nursing degree. I know what healthy looks like. I know what it's supposed to feel like. I know what real health, fitness, everything is supposed to look like. I'm a young dude. I get it. I've been obsessed with sports and shit for my entire life. I understand what it's like. But this is something that I have not figured out yet. And that's what I'm trying to do here. So what do I do? What am I going to do? Well, the first thing is I got to cut out all the fucking junk food. I can't even nibble on it, man. It's like, if there was a cigarette in my house, I would know exactly where it was. And it's not even because I'm craving it or because I want it. It's because I know it's in the house and I know I can smoke it. It's like, it's stupid. It's addiction, Like I can hold alcohol in my house because I don't have that issue, but there's other addictions I have. So I can't have any of this shit in my house. So what is junk food really? Highly processed, like non-whole food stuff. It's like, yeah, that is that. But then again, I'm also training high endurance events, and these endurance events require you, sadly, to have a lot of sugar and carbs. And I've got no issue doing that so long as I'm actually training. If I'm not training and I'm still deleting 20 bags of sour candies every single day, then that's a problem. That's got to be where I draw the line. You draw the line and you cannot cross it. I don't even know anything about Alcoholics Anonymous. I don't know. I have friends who have been through that shit, have gotten through it, and are just beasts and are so much better. And they're recovered, and you're like, man, your energy's better, your life, you just watch these people just do so well. And it's like, why isn't like food addiction talked about more? Like why can't I figure this out? Why can't a lot of people figure this out? Obesity is the biggest fucking thing. And people are going to jump on the GLPs, the 1s, the 2s, the 3s, whatever. And that's great. I don't give a fuck. Like if people are healthy, skinny, enjoy their life, then great. Take fucking medication. It's okay. Ideally, you don't have to because then you don't want to rely on shit, lose all your money. But life is short. Use medication that's going to help you live your life to the fullest. I'm not going to bash on GLPs and stuff like that. I don't care about natty syndrome or anabolic steroids. Like you do whatever you want in your life. But if you want to be healthy, then there's just objective rules that you have to do. And it's like, I can't have junk food. I just can't. I cannot be one of these people. I cannot be my girlfriend. I cannot be someone who has like 2 cookies and is like, okay, like I'm full. Like that's great. Like I'm totally satisfied to hit like my sweet craving, my sweet tooth. It's like, no, I don't have that. I do not have that. So I have to be stricter on myself. I have to be someone who cannot do the thing. I have to be extreme. And that's it. I cannot do moderation. I wish I could. For this, I cannot. And that's something that I have to accept and that I have to deal with. And it's just like, okay, well, you know what's crossing my mind right now? And it's so fucking embarrassing. But it's like, well, that's going to be the last time I'm going to have a bag of M&Ms with my popcorn at the movie theater. It's like, why? I go to the movies fucking 3 times a year, if that. And that's the thing that's bothering me. That is so bitch made, man. And that's what I am. And so I'm just accepting the fact that I have to just go fucking cold turkey. That is the way to do it. And that is what I'm gonna have to do. And so this is a long rant about, my struggles with food addiction, my health and stuff like that. And it's just, I hope this is the turning point. I hope this is the last video I have to make about myself and my journey going from, where I want to be or who I was to where I want to be. And a huge part of this is my addiction to foods and to junk food in particular. And that is something that I've known for a long time, man. I've known. But how do you get over it? How do you do it? You can't go 6 months and then just be like, oh, I can try moderation. It's like, dude, I think I just have to make this a life thing. So now that's kind of be the new challenge of my life, right? Like, I'm training for this hard shit. I'm working hard. I'm trying to balance everything in life. And then I just need to stop doing the thing that's hurting me the most. And I don't want to get into the psychology of it because I don't even fucking know. Like, I don't know the inner child workings of oh, well, you do this to sedate yourself and things like that. And that's definitely true. Like, I definitely sedate myself. This is a drug that I'm using to help me feel good about myself, right? And that is just, that's something to accept, what do I do? Do I gotta go see a psychologist? It's or do I just keep doing this and take it from the approach of any addictions, fucking protocol, right? Like, I do the 12 steps of AA. Like, if that works, oh, dude, hypnotism, I don't fucking know. I don't care. I would do it. But then I make excuses, I'm like, well, I'm training so fucking hard, then I gotta do and then I gotta eat 18,000 calories, and the only way to do that is if I eat cookies, and these cookies do nothing for me. They make me feel like total dog shit. They make me inflamed. They make me feel sick. And I don't feel it right away, which sucks. But once I've done it for long enough, then I start to feel it, and then I get pissed. Then I just go into this vicious cycle, and it is so fucking annoying. And this is a long ass video, and a lot of people struggle with this shit, and I am one of them. And I am gonna, maybe document this journey a little bit more, because on top of training and working and doing the things that I love, I want to get better. And I do not want to be this person who's just a slave to the fucking M&Ms, So, I don't know. Hopefully this video resonates with some people, but I am going to cut it out cold turkey. I'm gonna go cold turkey, no junk food, no high carb, high fat shit. So like the cakes, the cookies, I'm probably gonna eat sour candies while I am on a long bike ride. I don't care. But that is something that's actually helping me for my endurance thing. I'm not allowed to do it when I'm at home. I can't be fucking sitting on the TV and just eating Sour Patch Kids or something like that. I can't do that. I cannot accept that. I have to change. And it starts today, So whatever. If this helps, awesome. If you want me to make more videos like this, awesome. I hope you like and subscribe, and hopefully we can build something that helps everybody get over the shit that they're getting over. I'm not like an addictions coach or counselor or anything like that. I just something I had to get off my chest because I feel passionate about self-improvement. I feel passionate about life and just taking it as far as you can. And I'm not doing that with the things that I've been doing currently. And so I'm in pain and I want to change. And this is where we start. So with that, always remember to rep the set. I'll see you in the next one.